How many of you would willingly endure the pain of having 20 bones broken all at once? Odds are no one. Yet women do it every day all over the world. I'm Jen, and I'm one of those women, meaning that I'm a mom. Tonight I'm going to share with you the events that led up to me becoming a mom. Throughout my whole pregnancy, everyone told me that first-time labor would take several hours. Well, let's just say my son has always marched to the beat of his own drum. I had no idea what I was doing. Throughout my whole pregnancy, I didn't know. I had no clue. I'd never done it before. My mom actually made me go to the hospital the night that all of this started. So on December 15th, 2002, at 8 p.m. at night, we were headed to the hospital with me complaining the whole way. We didn't need to be out. It was cold. It was so cold that it couldn't even snow anymore. Everything, including the roads, was covered in ice, and we just didn't need to be out. I wasn't in labor. I still had 2 weeks to go, and it was my back that hurt, not my stomach. So we get to the hospital, and I'm hooked up to some monitors to check for contractions. And as I was laying there listening to Javen's little strong heartbeat, I started to relax a little bit. That was very short-lived. When the nurse came back in, she told me that I was indeed in labor, that I was having contractions, but I was having back labor instead of traditional labor. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. She reassured me by telling me that my contractions weren't strong enough or close enough together to do anything. It was my first pregnancy. I still had 2 weeks, that I would see my due date. I was home by 10:30 that night. Apparently, not all pregnancies go full term, not even the first time. I was back in the hospital at 1:30 that morning, in full labor. I'd already decided that I wanted an epidural, so the nurse was explaining to me that I had to be at 5 centimeters before I could get one. I was already at 3, so not a big deal. I asked if I could use the restroom about 10 minutes later, and as I shut the bathroom door, my legs were instantly soaked clear down to my socks. I was frozen in fear, looking like a deer in the headlights, until the nurse knocked on the door and asked me if my water had broke. I told her yes, I thought so. She insisted that I needed to come back to bed. I insisted that I needed to use the bathroom. She won. Turns out she was right. I was completely dilated at 10 centimeters. So I asked if I could have the epidural since 10 is greater than 5. No time. I was so scared. I didn't think that I could do it with no pain medication and no epidural. Needless to say, I did. And at 3:05 a.m., they laid this tiny little 5-pound, 7-ounce human, little human on me, and I instantly understood what unconditional love was. I will never forget that 4.5-hour time period in my life. It was very brief, but it taught me so much. It taught me that I was stronger than I ever thought I could be, and that I could handle whatever life threw at me. So, a backache, 2 hospital trips, one nurse being very wrong and one nurse being very right, turned out to be the best night of my life. Thank you.